Hey y'all. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? I know some of y'all might have already seen me on Ali's channel just a second ago. I just literally came over here. How are y'all doing? It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Um, yeah, I haven't seen y'all in a long time. Um I haven't done a show, I think, over here since the week I did the debate with Don Quisha. So I've been streaming a lot with the Untouchables, but I haven't been streaming doing my own shows. So I'm back to my regular scheduled program. Today is a Wilted Roses Wednesday. How are y'all doing today? I hope y'all are doing well. I hope you miss me because I missed you all. It's gonna take me just a second. I won't keep y'all long because I've been streaming since about 3:30 this afternoon. Um, but I have stuff I want to talk to y'all about. So I hope that you guys are interested in what I have to talk about over here. If you're, if you still want to rock with Ali over on the Untouchables channel, that's completely fine. I get it. I get it. So yeah. Uh yeah. Okay. So, let me set this up for y'all. Let me set this up so that give me 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. Um let's see. I gotta move some things around because I had two StreamYards open and now I'm back on my channel. So I have to turn Ali's channel off. So just give me 1 second. And I'm going to save that and go here. And then I need to go over here and do the same thing. Sorry. This is so crazy. I never did that before. All right. So we're going to save it. And now we are going to yeah. Okay, so we'll see what happens. That's kind of weird. Okay. I don't want to. Let's see. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't. I don't know where the hell everything is at. Okay. So, all right, let's get started. Okay. So, all right. Let's do this. What's up, Cases and Cams? It's good to see you. Only Morale, what's up? He says, came by to support Smell the Roses. You don't want to take a break though? Get something to drink or something, Smell the Roses before you start your show. I actually did take a break when I was on with Ali. I had a little piece of cake and I have dinner getting started. So I'm good, guys. I'm not going to be here very long. I'm actually kind of tired. I've been up super early this morning, but I wanted to talk to y'all about stuff. So I'm about to share my screen. Let's talk about Joy Taylor. Y'all want to talk about some Joy Taylor? Is this me sharing me? Let's go back here. Hold on. I am so out of whack. Like I haven't streamed in so long for myself. I'm so used to Fatty and Ali driving everything that I am rusty now myself. Let's see. So Okay, I need to go to YouTube. I need to go to my history and I need to pull up my history and go to this ratchet ass woman named Joy Taylor who is just out of control. Okay. Like, what is so there's actually two videos that I want to show y'all from Jada Black. I don't know if y'all watch him on YouTube or not. To me, he's pretty cool. I love his videos. He gets like straight to the point. There's really like no fluff. He'll give his opinion, but he basically just really showcases the ignorance of the person he's talking about. And in this case, it's Joy Taylor. And I think she looks really cute. I'm not gonna lie, like I like the long hair on her, but her attitude is just like, girl, like you're the one that treated your box like a greasy hole. Shout out to Mimi. She was saying that earlier with Ali. Let me change the view. Okay, that way I can see the video and I can see the chat. Okay, so what's up, Cap for Life? It's good to have you. So let's get into this video. Okay, let's see. This is about Joy Taylor and it's titled Men Should Shut the Fuck Up. Okay, this is what she's saying, and she's basically crashing out over the whole Klay Thompson and Meg the Stallion. Okay, let's watch.
What's going on, guys? Jada Black here. Salute to everybody that's tuning in. I want to Joy Taylor. She is trending on X right now because of her filthy mouth rant on her podcast. She put up this podcast clip that went viral where she's talking about all the D's that are falling from the sky and how women can get all these men and basically, you know, she now I would play the clip, but she got such a vulgar mouth. I just didn't want to play the clip, but I mean, what you're visually seeing is the clip itself. I just can't play the audio because again, this heifer's mouth. All right. Now she goes on this vulgar rant about how women, I guess people are saying, well, men, you know, I guess she's speaking on the Meg Thee Stallion, Klay Thompson situation. And she's talking, and she probably, I'm assuming she's referring to how men who have options, they get a lot of women, right? Well, then what she's saying is that women get a lot of attention from men. They can get any man they want, and all these men want to sleep with them, right? Not understanding the essence of what she's actually trying to speak about. We're not talking about sex. We're talking about relationships and marriage. There is a big difference between getting attention from a man due to a man just wanting to hit it than a man who sees you as his wife. There's a big difference. People might say, well, they're similar a little bit, but we're talking long term. There are men who will sleep with a woman once and never again, right? That happens a lot. Just like you have women who will engage in one night stands or they'll sleep with the guy once. But you don't see men getting on podcasts ranting about, oh, we get all these women, right? In trying to counteract what a woman is saying, who say they get a lot of men, right? But this is where Joy Taylor is. Joy Taylor is the type of woman where this is all she has because she doesn't have any talent. Nobody wants to marry her. And when she got exposed by her own ex-coworker for messing around with her boss, she just, you know, she's trying to lean in, right, to what she thinks that everybody sees her as. It's projection. Yes, there are men that want to screw you, Joy, but do any of those men want to marry you long term? Does any of those men want to be with you long term? I don't think they do. So I'm going to read an article that spoke about this situation as well, the Shadow League. It says, Joy Taylor left corporate America and she is officially out of the cage, unleashed, unfiltered, and probably on her way back up the celebrity ladder, and this time on her own terms with her new podcast, Too Personal. I mean, she's been doing this podcast, bro. You're late.
Yeah. It's literally, it's
Episode
not new. It's not new. Like she's had this podcast since she's gotten fired. So how long has she been fired? For about a year now. So the podcast isn't new. Maybe it's newly getting, like, people are newly catching on to it because, you know, there have been a lot of people that have recently come out with podcasts. And I guess as things go viral, like Megan Thee Stallion, Klay Thompson, more people are finding out about her because when you talk about these topics that go viral, you become part of the algorithm. But her podcast is not new.
2 of her new show laid the groundwork for what's sure to be a highly entertaining and cringeworthy offering that some say borderlines on genius, others say it's shameless desperation to save a fading career. I think that's basically what it is. When you look at Joy Taylor, you look at a woman who we saw her growth. We saw her, she looked like the girl next door, right? She was married at the time. She moved to the LA from Miami. And then immediately you start to see her change. You start to see, her physical appearance, how she started to lean more into it, right? That's the evolution of a side chick. That's the evolution of a jump off. A woman who has to use her body to get what she wants. Of course, she's going to show it off. Why do you think women on Instagram show their bodies off? Because they probably have an OnlyFans link in their description, right? Joy spoke on the Meg Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson cheating accusations, claiming she is against cheating. Yeah, right. But has done it herself. Oh, we know, according to documents. According to documents.
So he's gonna mention this dude over here, but she was actually married before she got on this show, and before these allegations came out from this coworker that said she was sleeping with the network CEO. So she was married before she started working at that news station or sports station and started sleeping with the CEO. She was married, and allegedly, I don't know, but it was alleged that the reason why her and her ex-husband divorced is because she was stepping out on her ex-husband.
Documents, we know. You see, you gotta, when you have these discussions, right? She can't say that she's against cheating when she has been accused of doing it herself,
right?
And has admitted to it. So of course she has to do that, right? But let me tell you something. If you've cheated before, you're not against cheating. You're against being cheated on, but you're not against cheating.
Right.
See, that's the thing. Women love having a one-sided relationship in regards to infidelity. Women will say they are single until they're married, but if you're in a relationship and a man cheats,
was he just listening to Ali? Because Ali literally just said this to me and Mimi.
He's a cheater. He's a deceiver. He played her. He wasted her time. Wait a minute. Aren't you the same heifers that claim that you're single until you're married? Interesting, right? She says, I've had situations in my past. Taylor, continue.
So, electric aura. So we are talking about celebrities, talking about gender dynamics and relationships. And I don't know if you were just watching my channel when I was on with Ali and Mimi, we were talking about our relationships with the men and women that we are either married to or that we date. So although we are using viral moments that are consistent of celebrity news, it doesn't mean it doesn't apply to us as normies, regular people, because it's the same stuff that goes on between us. You and I, if me and you were in a relationship, would we be dealing with infidelity? Are you a cheater? So this stuff could easily apply to me and you, and that is what we were literally just talking about on Ali's channel. Women, what do women want? And how do you know as a man that a woman loves you? Because obviously Joy Taylor, she was married to a man that thought she loved him, but she was stepping out on him and cheating. And I'm sure he felt like he knew she was in love with him, because why would you get married and walk down the aisle with someone if you don't truly love them? You see what I'm saying? So even though this is celebrity stuff, it doesn't mean that the conversation doesn't have any substance to it, because when we apply it to you and me in the dating market, in the marriage market, I'm married, you might not be married, I don't know your situation, but it's the same thing. So don't say that it has no substance, because it does have substance. So yeah, here we go.
You, not the ones you're thinking about.
Hey, Project Leroy, I'm happy to see you again in this chat. It's good to see you. I didn't want to take everybody away from the conversation, because I know it was getting juicy over there. And I also didn't want to not do what I said I was going to do today by going live with you all, because I have to tend to my own garden. So I'm happy that you came over to see me. We're going to go over 3 videos today, and I won't keep y'all long, but I did want to jump back into my regular scheduled program. Okay, so here we go.
I have not been faithful, and when I immediately left, so does that even count? It was more revenge than actually not being faithful. Outside of my baseline philosophy of don't cheat, I find cheating to be a real challenge for people. You have to lie extensively and hide things on your phone. You have to hope the person that you're cheating with doesn't run and tell your partner. You have to make sure you turn the location off when you can just be single. Well, the thing is this, Joy. Women don't have to worry about that. Women don't have to worry about the men that they're with going to their partners. Men have to worry about that. Men have a lot of pressure when they cheat. I'm not saying cheating is good. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is men are the ones doing all these things. Women don't really have to do that, because they don't have to worry about the men. Because we as men, we're not going to be tattled. We're not going to be telling, because we don't get our feelings involved a lot of the times. But women do. Women will go and tell the person that you're dating everything, right? She really got social media going when she started talking about how easy it is for women to get relations compared to men. Of course it is. We've all talked about it. We've all talked about how easy it is for women to get relations. I'm not going to argue that, but that don't translate to relationships.
No.
You're just all you're doing is stacking bodies. So bragging about how you can get relations from men, you're just stacking bodies. Is that an accomplishment for you? That you can sleep with a whole bunch of different men? I guess that is for the Western woman. That's an accomplishment. She says D is falling from the golden sky. Says she has a D umbrella that would carry around to keep these D's from hitting her in the forehead. So it is not hard to find D. It's the most surplus thing on the planet. There is a surplus of D. Then Joy took shots at men she knows who complain about the annoying experience of having all.
Yeah, okay. So, Charisse, I said this on Saturday. Someone had said to me that married women are easy to crack. Okay. And I think maybe in some places and spaces where women are married for the wrong reasons and very unhappy, it might be very easy for a man to crack a married woman. And when I say crack, I mean have sex with. Okay. I'm trying to not be too vulgar and get flagged on my channel. But, when we look at the Stefan Diggs, a lot of men seem to be really easy to crack, whether they're married or not, so I do agree that there could be, D falling from the sky for some women, I don't, I get approached like you guys on my page on YouTube, there's not an inbox. And thank God there's not an inbox, because I have way more followers and subscribers on YouTube than I do on Instagram. But I do not go on my Facebook page, because my Facebook page has probably close to 8,000 or 6,000 subscribers. And I get a lot of DMs, a lot of instant messages. And it's usually people from my past or new people that have found me from being on YouTube that are trying to shoot their shot. So I agree, but you shouldn't be a woman that's just just because there's D falling from the sky, it doesn't mean that that D is going to make you an honest wife that's going to take care of you, that's going to jump in front of a bus for you, that's going to give you the last piece of bread when you guys are poor and starving. You know what I mean? So those are like, it's very superficial. She's a really beautiful woman and she's probably really smart, but the things that come out of her mouth are just super ugly and crass. And it's like, who hurt you, Joy? Who hurt you? I think she might have talked about her father one time. I think her father might have been somewhat abusive to her mother or something like that. But she has a brother that played in the NFL. She should know men better than she does. I feel like she is just so negative, and she is not what young ladies should be using as the template to be or become. It's like, we need to get the Joy Taylors out of the way, out of these podcasts. Nobody should listen to them, because the more that you listen to them, the more you become indoctrinated on this kind of foolishness. Who cares that there's D falling from the sky? Who says that you need a D umbrella because D's are hitting you in the forehead? They'd only be hitting you in the forehead if you were paying attention to them. Because I don't see it that way. I know that where the D's are trying to get me, so I stay away from those places. I just told you, I don't really go on my Facebook. I'm barely in my DM. If I don't know you specifically, like a Project Leroy or a Lee Turner or a Stephen James or a CDT Beats, or if I don't know you specifically from this space and platform, and you DM me on my Instagram, I don't open the message, because I already know that it's probably somebody trying to throw their D at me. You get what I'm saying? So I don't need an umbrella for it, because I'm just staying away from the rain is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, sentiment. No soft pants. Today I got on jeans. But yeah. Yeah. I stay away from the soft pants in my inbox, okay?
All these women available to them. Joy is the sister of NFL Hall of Famer Jason Taylor, and her circle of people might look a bit more appealing than the average person, so maybe her comments aren't as far-fetched and delusional as they seem. She said that men get so much attention, and we just don't understand what it's like when all these women are throwing themselves at you. Any regular woman would play you 15 times before you get your first piece of in a day. So shut the F up. It's not an issue. If you think Taylor was accused of engaging in some acts with employees and co-workers that conflicted with the company's policy, leading to her dismissal from co-hosting the popular FS1 show Speak, is hiding out in some convent, then you have another thing coming. Of course, women are always going to lead in to their bodies. That's all they have at the end of the day. They're stacking bodies and they're using their body, right? This is your Western woman. This is the woman that people are mad at that men don't want anymore. Why men are going overseas, would rather travel hundreds of thousands of miles to get away from these women. And people wonder why. Because there are a lot of women like Joy Taylor. She's just more open about it, and she knows this. She knows that she's more open about who she is, that women are more uncomfortable actually being honest about who they are. I want Joy Taylor to go further. It gives me something to talk about and give social media something to talk about, because we love to expose the Western heifer, at least me, for who they truly are. So she goes on to say, and there goes a woman on a podcast talking about these again, said one unimpressed fan. So somebody said this wasn't her. Another commenter says, Joy, that is the stupidest bleep you have ever said. One fan insisted, you know damn well that is an achievement for men, because you know most men do not have women throwing themselves at them. Only a very small pool of men get that treatment, and you know that is very true. Most men don't have women throwing themselves at them. They don't. Most men go out here, they get little to no attention from women. Stop the effing cap. The type of men you date fits that category, and you know damn well you are only attracted to men who do have women throwing themselves at them. It is respected for men because it's expected for men because not many men at all get the type of attention. You're just talking bleep, one person said. I will say this. We understand women, at least I do. I understand that women are very deeply insecure. And you got Joy Taylor, who's near 40, who has nobody, who has no career, and is trying to lean into what she's trying to be. And the thing about Joy is that Joy doesn't really have sex appeal. She's attractive to men, but does she have the appeal that will make you overlook her vulgarity? I just don't think so. I just think that she's at a point in her life where she just doesn't care because she doesn't have to care anymore. And I think that when she looks back at everything she's done to get to where she is, I think that she may have regrets, but she's not going to speak on it publicly because she knows that people will feel empowered to be right about her. And she's not going to give the internet the satisfaction. She's not going to give the internet the satisfaction to say we were right about Joy. She doesn't want to give the internet that type of win. But the thing is, when the more time goes on, we get to see that. All right. There's a reason why, and a lot of people said in the comments on social media, on X, they said there's a reason why Taylor Rooks distanced herself from this podcast. And now her career has seen an uptick. She's recently gotten married. And Joy is still alone, sitting alone, doing that podcast alone. Instead of being too personal, it should be one personal because only one person on that podcast. So let me know in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share it. Follow me on all my social media platforms, and I'll see y'all next one.
I mean, thank you, Jada Black. What do y'all think? Do you guys think that Joy Taylor's going to get it together? That she's going to find a man that's going to take her seriously? Or do you think that she's going to be one of these women that, buy a dog and die alone? Because I swear she's like the template of exactly what Kevin Samuels was talking about before he passed away. And I think Jada Black is right. I think that she is really trying really hard not to give, the internet the satisfaction of, knowing that she or give the internet the satisfaction of seeing her squirm in the fact that she has still yet found a man to be with her and take her seriously. I think, deep down, none of us want to just buy a dog and die alone. I think that we all want to find somebody and be with somebody, whether we get married to that person or it's just like a lifelong companionship. Because I get it. Like, not everybody wants to get married. I can totally understand that. I feel like if you don't want kids and you don't want kids, then maybe you shouldn't get married. But it would be nice to have a long relationship with somebody that truly loves you. I mean, do y'all care about love anymore? I don't know. Thank you, Square Biz, for the $1.99 super chat. He says, Tiffany Haddish got married, so there is hope. Really? Really? That's why she's been so quiet lately. That's interesting. I didn't know that. We'll have to talk about that. Okay, so there's another video I wanted to talk to y'all about. Shout out to everybody in the building. Thank y'all for watching. If you're here, please hit the like button for me. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I'm so close, y'all. I am so close to 4,000 subscribers, okay? I am at 3,615 subscribers. I'm so close. Hopefully, what's the next holiday? What was that? Memorial Day? Hopefully by Memorial Day, I can be at 4,000. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Is that too lofty? Or 4th of July? We'll say 4th of July. By 4th of July, I'll be at 4K, hopefully. But yeah, like, yeah. Okay. So this next video is we're gonna bring it over to the men. Okay, because Donquisha says I never talk about the men, but I actually do talk about the men. Okay. And this time we're going to talk about Wendy Williams's ex-husband. Okay. Apparently this man is so we know what happened between him and Wendy Williams, right? Wendy and him were married. He had a mistress. He was taking care of the mistress. Oh, shut up. Shut up, Square Biz. She married herself. Doesn't count. How can you marry yourself, y'all? Project Leroy said him and Wendy are both men. No, 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 no. That is crazy. But Square Biz, Tiffany Haddish married herself. That doesn't count. But if she did, that is so lame. Didn't Maya the singer do that? That is so lame. Why even waste the time? What's up, 30K UVL? It's good to see you. Why would you do that? Hey, Lauren, why would you do that and waste your time? Do you invite your family and friends to come to some shit like that? That's like some Hollywood bull crap. Like, who does that? Who does that? I'm married. I would not waste the time. It just screams cat lady. She had a ceremony. You got to be lying. Hold on, let me look this up. Did Tiffany Haddish marry herself? Yes, Tiffany Haddish held a self-marriage ceremony to commit to loving herself, a process documented in her Peacock series, Tiffany Haddish Goes Off, which premiered in November of 2025. She marked the occasion by kissing a mirror and stepping on a glass, aiming to hold herself accountable and boost her self-confidence. Let me show y'all this. What in the hell, Square Biz? Hold on. Let me share this with y'all. So we going to read this now because he done opened up a whole can of worms. Oh my God. Let's see. Okay, this is from People Magazine that I'm about to read, y'all. All right, let me make this so I can see y'all's comment and also read this. Okay, let me take the comments off. So if you guys want to go back. All right, so here we go. All right, so this is from People Magazine. Thank you so much, Square Biz. This is good. Okay. Oh, and thank you, 30K UVL for gifting 5 Smell the Roses memberships. That's so awesome. If you got a membership from 30K, please say thank you. Okay, that is major. Okay, thank you for helping my garden grow. I really appreciate you, 30K. That's awesome. And who else? Oh, I have Christopher Payne 1118 sent a $4.99 super chat. He says, "Hey Roses, hey, I have something for super chats." I don't know if you saw this, Square Biz and Christopher, but I have a little video for super chats. Let me play it for y'all before we read this. That's me jumping on y'all, giving y'all a hug, saying thank you for the super chat. I appreciate y'all so much. I'm trying to get a big screen back here, and my goal is to shout y'all out when y'all do send me super chats and cash apps and things like that. Kind of something like how Fatty does it, but make little pictures of you all with AI. Like when 30K gives memberships, maybe I flash something across the screen that shots out 30K, or when Christopher or Squarebiz send me super chats, I flash something in the back of me on the big screen that shots y'all out. I don't really know how I'm going to do that. Fatty's going to have to teach me, but I'm looking to get a monitor back there to kind of fill up the space behind me. So thank you for helping my garden grow. But let's get into this article. Tiffany Haddish opens up about her self-marriage ceremony and how it changed her outlook. Okay, so she does look super cute right there. She looks like a little earthly green goddess. Okay, so let's read it. Tiffany Haddish is reflecting on her unconventional decision to marry herself. As documented in her 6-part Peacock series, Tiffany Haddish Goes Off. The actress and comedian celebrated a self-marriage ceremony in which she made a commitment to herself leading up to the wedding in episode 5 titled Here Comes the Bride. Haddish shared how she first had the idea to marry herself in 2018 when she was dating a man she described as a buckethead, per USA Today. Is she talking about Common? Because wasn't she dating Common Sense, the rapper? Did she call him Buckethead? Hater. Hate. She's a hater. Anyway, she claims the man once asked her, "How are you ever going to get a husband if you don't do what I tell you to do?" Recalling the moment in her docuseries, Haddish 45 said, "And I was like, I'll be my husband. I could take care of me better than you could." Ooh, girl. The Girls Trip star said the man's comment sparked an epiphany for her. "I started realizing all of these things I want from somebody else, I need to be giving to me," she told USA Today. "And if I'm able to do that, when that person shows up, it's going to be so easy for us to come together." After walking down the aisle, this is her right here, I guess, after her ceremony. All of these people that are in the crowd are enabling her, and I don't find them to really truly be her friends, because one of her friends would have pulled her to the side and said, "Hey, don't do this. Just go to therapy to work on yourself. You don't have to marry yourself and bring us to this horrible ceremony that means absolutely jack shit. Okay, when you could just go to therapy and do this is something you do internally or with a therapist. You don't do this with a crowd popping bottles of champagne. Like, this is so unnecessary. I'm sorry." Yeah, it's very clownish behavior. What's up, Tahilism? Very, very, Lauren, like, what do you think? It's Buckethead. Sorry. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. All right. So, let's just say, okay. After walking down the aisle while carrying a bouquet during her self-marriage ceremony, Haddish made several important vows to herself, including to refuse to settle for less. She kissed a mirror and stepped on a glass in honor of her Jewish faith. Oh, I didn't know she was Jewish. Okay. Like a Boss actress told USA Today that the ceremony was deeply meaningful and has given her a newfound sense of self-confidence. "I used to not show up for myself, do everything for everybody else, and not take care of me," Haddish shared. "And ever since I got married to me, baby, them boundaries, I see a difference in the way I wake up in the morning and how I look in the mirror. When I look at myself, I see somebody who is whole, still fragile, but well taken care of." Is she out of her blipping mind? While Haddish insisted that she is still open to finding love, she said she has set high standards for a potential future partner. Everything that I'm doing for me. If a man can do that better than me, that's my man, she said. Last month, Haddish sparked dating rumors when she was spotted with Running Point actor Toby Sandeman on Halloween photos shared by Just Jared. Their outing came after Haddish publicly revealed her crush on Saddleman, 37, earlier this year. Okay, a younger man dating an older woman. Okay, he's 37, she's 45. Okay. However, Haddish told USA Today that the two are just friends. During an appearance on Late Night with Seth Meyers on May 14th, which was pretty recent, right? Because we're in, well, what is today? We're not at the 14th. So this had to be last year. Okay. Haddish shared that she was keeping her options open when it comes to her dating life. I'm still dating multiple people, but new multiple people, she said, after host Seth Meyers recalled that she was dating more than one person during her last visit to his show. So you see, it's just like a revolving door of D's falling from the sky. So it's like she's no different than Joy Taylor, except at least Joy Taylor is toxic enough to know that marrying herself isn't going to fix anything. Oh, Square Biz. He says it's over. She married in an open relationship. She married and she's still dating people. What was the point, y'all? What was the point in making your friends buy an outfit, get dressed up, buy you a gift, and show up to your fake wedding? What was the point in that? Anyway, oh God, Square Biz. Okay, but one or two from the old roster transferred over to the new roster. There's a couple of holdovers. I'm running a team here, the Bad Boys Ride or Die star joked. Disgusting. She's running a roster. So she's like another Kendra G. Yes, to Hillism. She's cheating on herself. Yes, Project Leroy. That's what losers do. Loser. Yes, exactly. Yes, unconscious, conscious. She's cheating on herself. This is so childish and unnecessary. This is why men don't take you seriously, Tiffany. They don't take you seriously because you do this dumb shit. Wow, this is so embarrassing to marry yourself and cheat on yourself with a roster of people who aren't taking you seriously and are just freaking using you for your WAP. I'm pretty sure, allegedly. Oh my God. I am so sorry, y'all. I did not believe Square Biz when he told me that. Thank you for the $1.99, Square Biz. I didn't believe you, but now I believe you. This is for you. I love that part. And I got a Cash App earlier on Ali's channel. This is my Cash App drop. Shout out to CDT Beats for helping me with the music. Yeah, I got to get some more music from CDT Beats. But that's my Cash App drop. When y'all send me Cash Apps, that's what I'm going to play. Okay. let's get into this next video. This next video is about Wendy Williams's husband, or ex-husband, shall I say. Okay, so apparently this video that we're going to watch is called Kevin Hunter is Missing and Loan Sharks Are After Him. So while everybody was like trying to drag Wendy Williams for whatever reason, I guess they were saying, you know, you married the guy and he didn't have anything, and you made him your manager and you made him all of these things, and now he's taking your money, or he has the potential to take your money. Now it's like, who won here? Because he didn't get her money, right? Even though she's in whatever adult care, and we don't know if she's there against her will or not, even though that is the rumor. She seems to still have her money, and she's dropped this loser who, you know how people are like, when they say Damon Dash, when he says, you know, I made Jay-Z, and then Jay-Z had that comeback, and he was like, you know, if you made me, make another Jay-Z. It's like Kevin in this clip here, he's going to talk about how he's going to, you know, do what he did with Wendy again. But it seems very highly unlikely because you can't even show your face. But let's get into the video. Here we go.
A legacy is not over. Whatever I have to do for the legacy, that still includes my entire family, is still not over. My son is looking. My daughter's looking. My lady.
The daughter he had while he was married to Wendy Williams. He got his side bitch pregnant. Wendy divorced him, took all the money. The side chick had the baby, and then she left his ass too.
He is looking. Everybody's looking now.
Kelvin fashion, he didn't keep his word on that. He'd rather spend that money on his side chick. Bought her a Ferrari as a push present, but that car, according to the Daily Mail, got repossessed the day after Wendy announced the divorce. You know you can't afford those type of toys, Kev.
Y'all, karma did not skip a beat when it comes to Kevin Hunter. If we thought his $250 million lawsuit getting thrown out by the court is bad enough, baby, he is now in heavy debt. And now loan sharks are trying to find him. But where is Kevin? We all know that Sharina has already broken up with him and moved her broke ass back to her mom's place. Kevin really planned his life, thinking that Wendy was going to be an eternal piggy bank, and now he is out here hiding. And with Wendy finally washing his hands off her for good, Kevin has no choice but to pack it up, since the loan sharks aren't wasting any more time asking for their money back. Kevin has always been in some hot mess, but with this one, Wendy must be laughing at him real hard.
I don't recommend that you work with your husband, because I made him my manager, and then when I decided to divorce him, he had to be fired. In other words, I made him divorced and unemployed all in one day.
Ever since the Wendy Williams show got put under guardianship in 2023, Kevin has been crying about how broke he is and that he cannot pay bills or live the lifestyle he used to. He said, I have fallen behind on most of my bills. I'm behind on credit card payments because I have no money since the severance payments were suspended. My life has been greatly affected since the plaintiff stopped making payments under our settlement agreement. Mind you, it was the Not Show getting it was her guardian that had stopped making his alimony like they discussed under their settlement agreement. But the court sided with Wendy on this one, since their agreement also stated in the fine print that once she stopped doing the show, his payouts were going to stop too. And while Kevin was still hoping to have his win in court, Wendy's guardian Sabrina Morrissey slapped him with another lawsuit, demanding the return of $112,000 that was paid out to him. When he saw that asking for alimony was only going to get the door shut in his face every single time, Kevin tried to get the divorce overturned, claiming that she hid $48 million from him. And of course, the court denied his claim. Like he was literally with Sharina at the time. Instead of finally getting a job or something, he filed a $250 million lawsuit against Wendy's guardians and court officials.
See, this is what I don't understand. You're in the circle of people that have all of this wealth, all of this money. You know how the business works. you would think that all the years that he's been standing right next to Wendy in the trenches, that he would have something else to fall back on. Right. So if you were actually doing work and you were actually learning the game, then it should be easy for you to pick up somewhere else and at least have a podcast or be a producer or maybe a director of a small show or go work for Tyler Perry or I don't know, go work for 50 Cent. You would just think that he would have something else to fall back on. Right. But let's just say he did have something else to fall back on. Making these kinds of moves, suing her for $250 million, moving this way, this little schemy, slimy, snaky way, it puts a bad taste in everybody's mouth about you because it lets people know I can't trust this guy. I don't want this guy in my inner circle because as soon as I put him in my inner circle, I give him a job or, I give him some kind of support. He's going to try to figure out a way to sue me, come after me, or take what I have away, So it's like, Kevin, is it smart to do all of this dumb shit? Wouldn't it just be smarter to tuck your tail, say you're sorry and like really try to make amends the right way by getting your own money in a respectful manner, finding a real job. I'm sure you can find a job doing something, and maybe just seeing if your son will help you out with your credit cards, or at least give you some kind of stipend to get you on your feet so that you can get a job and then start paying all your debt back. Like nobody's coming to fucking save you. And especially when you're moving out here foul and like this, I mean, it's like you're a slime ball, bro. Like all of this that you're doing while this lady is wrapped up in a wherever she is in a mental institution, it's just a bad look. So I can totally believe that loan sharks are after him because he's moving really flaw.
He wanted to act as a next friend for
Yeah.
Wendy and said that
He
the
did,
guardianship
like a
was a
cookie.
weapon holding Wendy against her will and her assets were being mismanaged. Kevin's goal was to get a new guardian appointed, along with a forensic accounting of her finances.
Wendy Williams' husband has filed a $260 million lawsuit claiming that Wendy is being held against her will in an illegal guardianship, has caused all sorts of financial and emotional damage. Problem is, he's divorced from her, and she doesn't like her much.
No, it was not a great
She doesn't like
divorce.
him much.
And even though she's had to pay him out a whole lot of money over a lot of years, she doesn't want him a part of this. And you know this straight from the source.
Well, I know it's straight from the source because before I talked to the source, meaning Wendy, it was just apparent to me. I mean, he's filing this as Kevin Hunter, her friend. I mean, when does a friend have standing to file a 200? She had no idea about this lawsuit.
Now, don't get it twisted. Kevin wasn't doing any of this because he magically started caring about Wendy. He wanted to use the new guardian and forensic accounting to see what he could get out of it. And thankfully, Wendy saw through that and made it clear that she doesn't want Kevin anywhere near her and definitely doesn't want his grubby hands on her money. And it was after all of this that we found out why he was so desperate to get that influx of cash. Because all his savings that he had wasted on Sharina's failed business, buying expensive cars and jewelry for Sharina. Kevin genuinely never thought that Wendy's money bag was ever going to dry out. He had no backup plan, no job. And when that money dried up, he still kept up that lifestyle thinking he would win the lawsuit. But boy, was he wrong. Not only has he liked to sell his house and cars, his boo-thang Sharina has decided she cannot live with a brokey. So he is now in a lot of debt. Not only he also owes to banks, but also to a lot of hood lenders. One of his debts was to UBS Bank, and girl, they came after him as soon as he lost his alimony case. Kevin had gotten a credit card from the bank in 2014, and he did make timely payments until he got cut off. The bank sent him a warning, which he refused to even acknowledge. And when it became public that he wasn't getting more money from Wendy, they sued him immediately. The bank asked the court to grant damages of any amount, but not less than $20,176, and also wanted Kevin to pay the cost of the suit, including attorney's fees. While all this was going on, another company called Flex Wealth also came knocking. They demanded that Kevin pay back the 2 loans he took to buy luxury cars. Even the house he bought wasn't safe, and he had to sell it since he couldn't keep up with the homeowner fees and maintenance costs. Sources also confirmed that Kevin wasn't only dead broke and in debt, he was also heartbroken. With the money gone and the house up for sale, Sharina had no reason to be there and reportedly moved back in with her mother. Kevin finally sold the house for $1 million, but it wasn't enough to settle his debts because he still owes a lot of money. Even his debt with UBS Bank keeps piling up, since the court granted them default judgment, and the amount with interest will continue to grow until it's paid back.
Wow.
But that's not all. Allegedly, he had also taken help from some underground moneylenders with the lawyers' fees, hoping once he won the lawsuits, he would pay them back. Not only has he lost almost all the lawsuits, the money that he owed these lenders are incurring heavy interests. These are the people you don't want to be owing money to. And baby, those hood sharks are dangerous. And you know if he doesn't pay up, it is only going to get worse. Considering that Kevin is broke right now and still refuses to get any reasonable job, there's no way he's going to pay anyone back. And he's been quietly making his exit too. Kevin has wiped out every trace of his lifestyle from Instagram and has been completely absent from social media. Like no one knows where he is or where he was last seen. He's been laying low to avoid attention, and insiders are saying that Kevin is considering filing for bankruptcy since that's his only way out. And the internet isn't letting him forget that he had it coming this whole time, with people saying, "Let me tell you now, no good will come to Kevin Hunter or his mistress for what they did to Wendy Williams. Kevin is responsible for a lot of this woman's decline, and no one can tell me different. Karma ain't finished with him yet, and it's gone come to Sharina too. Everyone doesn't get to see karma play out for people who have done others wrong.
Right.
This is most definitely not one of those moments. Well, you get what you put out every time. No
Every
sympathy
single
here.
time.
But what do you guys think about this? Sound off in the comments.
I think he's getting what he deserves. And, you know, imagine that a woman just has a baby with you because of who you were married to, so that she could suck the life and the money out of Wendy Williams. You know, if I was Wendy, would I want to be anywhere around this man or have this man anywhere next to me? You know, not even if I didn't like the people that are over my estate. I would rather pay for somebody that I know didn't love me than stay next to somebody that's just pretending to love me and use me so that he can give his sugar baby all my money. So, you know, people were saying this was a bad look for Wendy, but no, I think this was a horrible look for Kevin. You know, he forgot, you know, who put him on. It was Wendy that put you on. You know, if it wouldn't be for Wendy, you wouldn't have jack shit, you know? So it's like, shame on you that you let your head get so big that you think you can have a baby on me and then I'm going to take care of you and your mistress. You are out of your mind. Now, I'm all for giving a man grace and giving a man understanding. And I can hear Melanin, you know, in the back of my head now saying, you know, it's not in a man's nature. It's not in a man's nature. And I feel you on that, Melanin. But am I just supposed to be paying for his baby mama on the side and the child on the side? Like, what if he has 3 and 4 and 5 women on the side with babies? Am I supposed to pay all that? Hell no. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's fair. So yeah, I'm gonna give you some grace. I'm gonna forgive you for certain things. You know, maybe if he just would have had a chick on the side and they never got a baby and they never brought me a disease, maybe I could forgive that. But a baby, a whole child, No, you on your own, Ninja. And as soon as I can take you through the wash machine, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take all the money away, take all the gifts away, because that's the only reason why that woman is around you in the first place, is so she could eat off of me. So, nah. What's up, Red Lipstick Vibes? It's good to see you. What's up, Latanya? How are you? How are you doing? Vince Singleton, it's good to see you too. 3 a.m. It's good to see you. If you are here in the Rose Garden with me and you haven't, hit the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, watching me on Vertical. If you could also hit the like button, that would be awesome. I appreciate all of y'all being here. Yeah, so I have another video that I wanted to show y'all. This one is also from Jada Black, but this time we're going to be talking about another female celebrity that just can't seem to get herself together. Let me go back and find this video. It just seems like women in Hollywood just like, I don't know how many times they think they're going to get a bite at the apple. Like, how many times do you think love is just going to find you? How many times do you think that you get a chance to date a man, break up with a man, date a man, break up with a man? Like, how many times do you think you get to do that before men just look at you as a big walking red flag? It's like, girl, like at some point you can't blame Hollywood, you can't blame the men, you have to like look internally at yourself. And in this video here, we're going to be talking about Taraji P Henson, because she is like another little Joy Taylor, very mad, very angry at men for whatever reason, because she can't get herself together. Okay, she's been crying lately. If it's not about Hollywood and not getting paid and all of that, I mean, this is why you need a man in your life. And I'm just gonna say this, right? Because I just like, I think that this is why women have it so bad, in their careers, because they won't listen to anybody. The one thing that I remember, what's his name? Denzel Washington, I believe that he said, like, he had standards in his career, right? And hold on, my phone just went off. I think I got a Cash App. You guys. The Genius CEO, thank you so much for my $10 Cash App. Thank you. Okay, I got a drop for you, Genius. I got a drop for you. Want to see it? Here it goes. Thank you so much for my Cash App. I really, truly appreciate you. That is so awesome. Yeah, that's so awesome. Okay, so, yeah, what was I saying? I just wanted to make sure I responded in the Cash App that, a thank you, that I sent my thank you back to you. Yeah. Okay. So I replied, thank you so much, CEO. I appreciate you. Okay. So in Denzel Washington's career, right, he had high standards for himself. He said he wasn't going to kiss white women, and he just wasn't going to take any kind of role. You know what I mean? And I think that for women like Taraji P Henson and what was that, Lisa Ray, I think that when you don't have a man in your life kind of guiding you, you make poor decisions where you take any kind of role because you're desperate for money, not thinking that those roles will negatively impact your career. Like, I think that being diamond in the Players Club limited what kind of roles and jobs that Lisa, isn't that her name, Lisa Ray, could get. Okay. And then with Taraji, I think that movie Baby Boy, although it was very helpful to Tyrese's career, I think it was not as beneficial to her in her career. And it kind of typecasted her, to be like this ghetto loud mouth, because it just seems like she plays more of those roles than other roles. Like I did really like her in Acrimony, but even still it had that like angry ghetto tone and feel to it. And in most of the Tyler Perry movies, it's the same thing. Now in Benjamin Button, that she played an awesome role, but she doesn't get a lot of those kinds of roles to play. And I think it has to do with the fact that she just took that baby boy, and that is just what people think of her. So I think this is like in one of those situations where it's like sometimes it's good to have the influence of a man, whether it's your father or a brother or an uncle or your husband, boyfriend, telling you, yeah, that's nice that they offered you that role. And yeah, that money seems like a lot, but the role is pretty much detrimental to your career. It doesn't paint you in a good light. You shouldn't just take any old kind of thing. Playing a dancer, playing a ghetto baby mama is probably not going to, put you in the light of a Angelina Jolie. You know what I mean? Like you got to look, to me, like I'm not an actress. I'm not an actress. But let's just say I was a dancer. I did gymnastics. I did ballet. I did jazz. Like I would look to other women in the industry that had really good careers, and I would mimic myself off of them, like Debbie Allen. Y'all remember that show Fame? Y'all, I wanted to be in Fame. Okay. Remember Fame. I'm gonna live. I wanted to be that. I wanted to be that all day, every day. Okay. I wanted to be Debbie Allen so bad. You know what I mean? If I could be a full-time dancer in my life right now, I would be, but I'm 5 feet tall. And I usually, those roles usually go to girls that are 5, 6 or 7 and taller, or between 5, 6 and 5, 8. So I'm always like the smallest one they have to put in the middle, you know what I mean? So that the other girls don't overshadow me. And usually that doesn't look good on stage when you're dancing next to a rapper, or you're dancing the Nutcracker. They might, if in ballet, they would make me a tree. I could be a tree. I could be, a carrot, something where the costume makes me long. Like this has happened to me before. Like I know, like I could never be a prima ballerina. So they put me in gymnastics, because when they told my mom I wasn't going to grow past 5 feet, my mom was like, she's never going to be a prima ballerina. We got to take her out of this. This is too expensive to waste our time and money on. Put her in gymnastics. She can learn how to flip. And her size and her stature will better suit her in gymnastics. And it did. You see what I mean? People have to be able to like see the forest from the trees. And I think this is where these women go wrong, because they don't have anybody to like be their sounding board. Like on YouTube, I have a sounding board. I have Fatty, I have Ali, I have Mr. Walker, I have Go Cree, I have Messy, I have DD Reactions, I have Red Lipstick Vibes. I have all of these other people that are soundboards in my arena, or in the arena that I want to be in, that I respect. When they tell me things, I listen and I apply it to my own channel. You see what I mean? Like it can't just be what I think and what I want all the time, because I don't know everything and they've been doing it longer. Debbie Allen is a force to be reckoned with in Hollywood, in the dancing community. So if she didn't take seedy, nasty, ugly roles, I wouldn't have taken seedy, nasty, ugly roles. You don't see me in T.I.'s video dancing crazy. You might see me in an Outkast video dancing to Bombs Over Baghdad. Allegedly, I don't know. I might be in that video. You see what I'm saying? But you're not going to see me in a mystical shake it fast and watch yourself, shake it fast and show me what you're working with. Nah, because that's not respectable. You feel me? Okay, so now that I went on that long triad, what? Stop it, y'all. Chud hurt himself. I didn't want to talk about that, but maybe we'll look at that. Oh my God, y'all just breaking all the news on Smell the Roses today. So Tiffany Haddish married herself. Now allegedly Chud hurt himself or harmed himself. I don't know. I don't know. Thank you, 30K. I got a drop for you. I'll play the drop before I read it. I love that part. Anyway. I'm sorry. Thank you so much, 30K. 30K says the cost of one's reputation for money is often overlooked. How much is 15 minutes of fame worth? Exactly. I want to make people proud of me. If something is going to be on film, on camera, I haven't deleted any of my YouTube videos. I might have made them private for members only, but even still, I'm still proud enough of them to think, you know what, my members should be able to still see this, because at least they can see my growth. They can critique me because I respect what my members have to say. But no, it's not a good look. 15 minutes, absolutely not. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to be crying until you're 53. I don't know exactly. They're going to say how old Taraji is in this video, but stop it. Chud pulled a cheddar Bob. Oh my God. That's the guy from 8 Mile, right? From Eminem's friend, when he powed himself by accident. Oh my God. Okay, let's get into this and then we'll look up the chud, okay, before we go tonight. That will be our funny. Okay, hopefully he didn't do it, in a place where, yeah. Oh my God. All right, here we go. Let's see what Jada Black has to say about Taraji P, and then we'll look it up.
What's going on, guys? Jada Black here. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Make sure y'all like this video, this video, and share this video. I'm going to talk about Taraji P. Henson. I came across a video, and I may try to put the clip at the beginning. I believe she was being interviewed, and she talked about how she does not want to deal with unhealed men, right? She talks, I guess she's speaking on the fact that she's single, and she's been single for a while. I think her last public, seemingly serious relationship was over 6 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago, when she was engaged to former NFL player Kelvin Hayden. And she hasn't really been with anybody publicly since that time. Now we're going to go over some of her dating history and the men that she's been connected to, but I want to get to the root of Taraji P. Henson, because she seems to be a woman who is very troubled. This is the same woman who said that she was going to leave America and move elsewhere. To this point, she hasn't moved anywhere else. If you look at Taraji P. Henson's background and especially her son's father, you look into the things that she said about that relationship and what happened to her son's father, you see why she might be in the condition mentally where she's at when it comes to relationships, because I don't think that she's met a man since that she's loved, even though she was in an on and off again relationship. There was issues there, but ever since then, and what happened to her son's father, y'all can look it up. I'm not going to speak about it here, but it was a tragedy. She lost her, he lost his life right when her career was starting. This was right around the time Baby Boy, I believe, was getting started, or might have been before that time, when her career was starting to move forward as an actress. And then when you look at the relationship she's had over the years since that tragedy, since becoming famous, it lets you know that she hasn't met a man yet that she's ever really loved. And maybe the man that she loved isn't here anymore, which is why she's talking about unhealed men. But women have to choose better. I think women do a poor job of identifying men who are stable mind and spirit. Women understand men as far as the type of man. Now, they may not understand men as in a man's habits and what men, their belief systems and who they are. I think women see the best and worst in men, and they choose the worst in men. They see the wrong things in men instead of the right things, which is why you have women like Taraji, who gets into these dead-end relationships constantly, to the point to where she's dealing with things mentally. She's talking about leaving the country. Her struggling to be able to find love, which I don't think is hard to find. Yes, she's famous, but hasn't stopped other famous women from getting into long-term relationships or marriages. It just depends on what you're looking for. What are you looking for? Are you looking for the same things in men that was in your ex? Because that's what women do a lot. They look for their qualities that their ex had in other men, and it's never there. And I think Taraji's somebody who is in denial about that. She's talking about how men are unhealed, and she doesn't want to deal with a woman's unhealed son. See, that's the problem. That's why children need both parents, because when you have both parents in your life, you can bring up a more stable-minded man or female. But if you're dealing with a woman's unhealed son, like, it's because he doesn't have both parents. I think Taraji is one of those women who it's everybody else.
Y'all can't hear me, but I use this. There's an emoji for members. I'm sorry. Can y'all hear me now? I use this emoji if you're a member, then there's an emoji of Taraji P. Henson holding up a pow pow from this movie right here, Straw. Sorry, my dog is acting up. Hold on. But anyway, sorry, let me let this play because he's being a bad boy.
Else's fault but hers. But I think that if she was to be honest, she'd see that it's what she's looking for in men. She's looking for qualities in men that just aren't there because she's looking for her ex in those men. I just wish she understand this. She's the one who's unhealed. She's the one who's refusing to get the help that she needs, because she's the one who has trauma. She's the one that dealt with issues early in her life with her relationship with her son's father. And it just has not been able to work ever since. So let's go over some of these relationships she had.
Tiana gonna be next.
Says back in, and this according to an article from Bustle, So back in 2002, she dated actor Hill Harper. Now, this information was revealed in a 2016 interview. And he talked about how they dated for a couple of years, but he wasn't ready to commit. But he had no regrets about the relationship that he had with Taraji. Right. And this is a quote from him. He says, just because you're in a healthy, great relationship that ends doesn't mean it wasn't successful or it was a failure, he has said. Not all relationships are meant to end in marriage. Let's move on to 2005. There was reports that Common and her were dating, but nobody, for years would admit to it. Well, in a 2011 interview, or in 2011, she confirmed the relationship, on Wendy Williams, because there were rumors about who she was dating. There were rumors that she was dating Drake, Tyrese,
Oh my God.
and Terrence Howard. And she told Wendy Williams this. She says, okay, I'll tell you the truth. Says Common and her did date. That's what she told Wendy Williams in 2011. 2009, it was put out there that she had dated Lamar Odom. But this wasn't confirmed until 10 years later. Lamar Odom said in an interview that he met and hit it off with Henson at an HBO party. He said, I really, really, really started liking her. The actor soon motivated Odom to become a better player. Now, he said this. He said, I used to carry her picture on the road with me. Nobody knew that. She gave me inspiration. A black woman working like that, who just as good at her craft as I'm good at my craft. All right. Now, Odom took responsibility for the breakup, admitting that he left Henson for Khloe Kardashian. So he left her to be with Khloe. I'm pretty sure that had to sting. It did. Now, again, this was all around 2009 when he was with the Lakers. He wanted to.
I think that what the men are picking up on when they make comments like this, she looks problematic, is that she doesn't have like one consistent look. Some days her hair is blonde and her makeup is heavily drawn on. One day her hair is black and looks very natural. The other day her hair is red. It just looks like she is chaotic. Like, men just want to, what do you look like? Like, why does it always have to be all of this like exaggerated, different color hair, different hairstyles, like I can see if you change your nail polish color, but like if I go from long, super long to super short to medium to super long to super short to medium, like you guys would be like, Raquel, you're all over the place. And so I think that when men say she looks problematic, they're saying that because she has such a, like, her look goes up and down and up and down and up and down. It's never like a consistent look. Like Beyonce may be problematic, but she has a consistent look. She keeps a consistent hair color. It's always going to be like that honey blonde. Solange, she might be problematic, but at least she has like her look is always consistent. It's always going to be dark, natural hair. Kelly Rowland is another one. She doesn't do a whole bunch of crazy looks. Her hair is going to be consistent. It's going to be usually black, usually in a bob, or just the color black, medium to long length. Like it's like when you look at women where they don't say these comments to, it's because they look more consistent. Their hair color, the way that they carry themselves is more consistent. So what's up, Repink? It's good to see you. Hey, Classy. It's good to see you. Yeah. Okay, Machine. I feel you. He said chaotic. We want peace. Okay, I get it. I'm trying to explain it to the ladies so they understand.
To be with a Kardashian, he wanted to be a part of that weird crowd, and that's what happened here. Now, this is the quote here. It says, things ended with Taraji because, this is according to him, things ended because of me being an immature punk, he said. I didn't know how to tell her that I was falling in love with another woman called Khloe Kardashian. He went on to call his relationship with Henson the most significant relationship he's had.
Hold on. Bride Seed 1448. Bride Seed said, what the fuck are you talking about? Plain Jane, ? She can do that. You can't. Makes no sense. So now she needs to not be herself. That's definitely your opinion. Yes, bitch. Yes, it is my opinion because this is my channel and this is my chat. All right. So if you don't like it, you can go make your own channel. You can have your own fucking opinions. I'm trying to explain why the men are saying she comes off and she looks chaotic. And it's because her looks change so much. If you don't like that, Bride Seed, then go away. But don't be rude to me in my comments on my channel. Okay? You have a choice. You can leave. The door is always open. Okay? Yes, these are my opinions. I'm allowed to have my opinions on my channel because this is America and YouTube allows for us to do so. All right? What the hell? What the hell, Bride Seed? Yeah, door closed. Thank you. Thank you, Project Leroy. What? What is wrong with you, girl? What is wrong with y'all? Like, I look like I'm lame because I'm in a sweater and I look plain Jane. Okay, but I am not a softy, lame little person that you're going to steamroll over, especially not on my channel. I might shut up and not say anything to you when you're in Fatty's chat talking at me like that or Ali's chat talking at me like that. But this is my chat and I'm going to talk back to you when I see disrespect. So go somewhere with that. If you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Just keep scrolling. Like if I don't like something somebody's saying, I just get off of their channel and I go somewhere else. Like, this is America. Just like I can say what I want, you can feel the way that you want, and you can go somewhere else. Like, nobody's asked you to be here, Bride Seed. Ugh, now you're gonna mess me up. Here we go. Stankin' self.
In 2018, Henson had announced that she had got engaged to Hayden over Mother's Day weekend and received double the gifts. The Hidden Figures star shared the news by posting a photo of her engagement ring alongside a plate of desserts that read, "Congratulations." She said yes, y'all, she wrote. Oh, yeah, she said yes, y'all. So he started with the Cartier love bracelet, but that was her Mother's Day gift, and then he dropped to his knee and she almost passed out. Aww. In an interview with Entertainment Tonight that same month, Henson described the proposal and said that she was totally caught off guard by the surprise. He takes her where they had their first date, says she didn't put that together. She admitted she didn't put it together until they went into the party room after they ate and she saw a violinist because he was trying to say that it was his friend's birthday. But as she's putting the dots together, she turned around and he's on his knee, and then the river of tears just started and lashes ended up on the floor. Now, fast forward from 2018 to 2020. 2 years after getting engaged, Henson was full speed ahead on wedding plans until COVID hit. In an April interview with ET, the actor revealed that her ceremony was originally scheduled to take place in June of 2020 before confirming that everything was halted due to the pandemic. She particularly concerned about choosing a date without knowing if it would be safe to gather with loved ones by then. It's a mess, she said. COVID did that. I think COVID was the ultimate excuse not to get married. If you had the date planned for that year and this happened.
I mean, if you're up in age like her and a man proposes to you and there's a pandemic going on and you've already been engaged for 2 years, why don't you two just elope? You're rich enough to have a priest come over, y'all stand outside, you say your vows, and then when COVID is gone and the pandemic is over, well, COVID will never be gone, but when the pandemic is over, then you have your big super major wedding. I think it was an excuse too, in my opinion. If you really love somebody, then you would just marry them. Sorry. Thank you, CEO. I got a drop for you. Here it goes. Thank you, CEO. I appreciate you so much. I can't believe that. Like, we were having a good time, and then somebody just came over with their negativity. Whatever. He says, take 5 for the mad BITCHs. Exactly. Hola, Yano. How are you? It's good to see you. Yes, tell them to like and comment and subscribe to the channel. Yes, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody that's being so supportive. I really do. I appreciate you. And after, I have to jump off, but we're going to finish this and then I'm going to go finish dinner. But we're going to finish this and then we're going to read about Chud and then I'm going to see y'all either Friday night or Saturday afternoon. I'm going to do a poll on my community tab and y'all can tell me when y'all want to go live again since I missed Monday because yeah, it was a lot going on.
A lot of relationships ended that year, by the way. A lot of engagements too. At that point, Henson and Hayden were leaning towards doing an outdoor celebration for their closest family friends. It's probably going to be a backyard wedding, which they could have done, right? A lot of people were outside during COVID. Even for events, they'd be outside. It would break. She said it would break her mother's heart. After all these years, she had been wanting to see her get married, and it's got to be virtually. Instead of going forward with their backyard nuptials, Henson announced in October that their engagement had ended. Says she haven't said it yet, but it didn't work out. She revealed in an interview with the Breakfast Club, although she didn't confirm when they split, the actor said that they went to couples therapy before calling it quits. She said she tried. She was like, therapy, let's do the therapy thing. But if you're both not on the same page with that, then you feel like you're taking it on yourself. She said, when one person is taking on the weight of the entire relationship, it's never going to work. As she always does, Henson has kept any new developments about her love life to herself since her engagement ended. So even if she is dating around now, fans probably won't know until she and her significant other are ready to share that with the world. And as of right now, she hasn't been with anybody. Now, that article was in 2020. And she still ain't got with nobody. And she's going on interviews talking about unhealed men. Well, I hope Taraji is healed. I hope she gets the help that she needs because she's struggling. And I did a video a couple of years ago about her saying that she's struggling financially. And I just think that she says that she carries the weight of these relationships. But, you know, women never talk about her faults. You know, when looking at what's going on with Taraji, okay, unless I missed something, right? She never has talked about her faults in a relationship. And women never do. That's why they're never able to find happiness in relationships. It's always the men aren't doing this, the men aren't doing that. You need to fix your unhealed son. What about you, Taraji? You're unhealed. You have certain traumas you haven't been able to work through. All the weight of relationships and the accountability always seems to fall with the men in these situations.
Right.
And it's become very frustrating. It shouldn't be the men who are constantly having to carry the brunt of keeping the relationships together. But that's how it always is. She says, especially in the Kelvin Hayden relationship, she felt like towards the end, she was carrying more of the weight. It was probably because Kelvin maybe in some way had already told her he didn't want to get married, and she was pushing for it. And that's why it looked like.
You see this other burnt orange hair color? Like, what is going on? That's another reason why her hair care product line didn't really hit the way it was hitting, because one, we never see her natural hair. It's either colored poorly or it's in a bad weave or bad wig. And if she would be more consistent, her products would sell better. Her product line would have hit better. But it's like, what is going on? It's the hair is too much, y'all. I'm sorry, but it's like a red flag.
According to her, he may have been pulling away. That's why she wanted to go to therapy. But also, hopefully, when she's going to therapy, hope she's going to therapy now, and she gets to another relationship and wants to go to couples therapy, she needs to talk about her faults in the relationship. Don't always put everything on the man as if it's his responsibility to always have to carry the load of the relationship and the accountability on itself. So let me know in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts, like this video and share it. Hype this.
Yeah, so I've liked the video. I'm going to be sure to tag all of the content creators we covered tonight in the description of this video once I end the stream. But yeah, I just, it's a sad day that all of these really beautiful women, can't seem to find a man or keep one. They find them and they probably, take them to bed, but they never stick around and stay. I think that is just so sad. Like, God, you can't just find one man that wants to be with you. I mean, just one? I mean, golly. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. It makes me sad for them. It's just like such a waste that you're going to have to buy a dog and die alone. I don't want that existence. I want a man. I hope me and my man get old together and we can pass away like in The Notebook, If I get crazy, he doesn't leave me. He comes to see me all the time in the memory center and the old folks home. That's what I want. That tennis player tried to tell us. Okay. All right. So let's end this with, I pulled up the article while my dog was acting a fool. And I pulled the one from CNN and it said it happened 3 hours ago. We're going to read this article here. Let me make sure y'all can see it. Okay. Yeah, y'all can see it. I can't see y'all though. Let me make it smaller so I can see y'all. Okay. Now I can see y'all. Hey, how y'all doing? Okay. So y'all weren't lying. Project Leroy, you disliked the Notebook. I get that the lady was a little toxic. I get it. She was a little toxic, but it's just so sweet. How can you say that? If we were married, Project Leroy, you would have to watch that movie with me at least once a year. I'm sorry. I don't care if you fall asleep on it, but you have to sit there with me. It's in the rotation at least once a year. I'm sorry. Okay. You're going to have to get over it. Okay. I'll watch some crazy movie that you like that I don't like. We can, we can go back and forth, but you go watch it with me. Okay. No. He says, I'm going blind. No, you're not. I'm going to hold your eyelids open like this with toothpicks. You're going to be sitting there watching The Notebook. I'm going to be blowing in your face so you can't go to sleep. No. Anyway, how can you say that? That's blasphemy that you said that. Okay, so let's talk about Chud. Okay. So Chud is this streamer who's been going around saying the N-word to women and children, acting a damn fool all over Tennessee, running amok, running a damn muck. Okay. I don't suggest anybody do this to try to pick up their YouTube streaming. You know, this is very dangerous, highly dangerous. The last I heard, like, the FBI was like questioning him, thinking that he was a part of some other weird group, okay, of people. No, 30K, you're watching it, okay? You're watching it. Now, y'all gonna stop talking shit about The Notebook. Now, that is like a romantic movie that I would say probably 85% of women, whether you're black, white, or Latina, we want to watch it. We want to watch it around Valentine's Day every year. And damn it, you are too. You are too, Cases. Cases, 30K, and Project Leroy. You guys are going to be in timeout, okay? How dare y'all? You've never seen it? Girl, we need to, you know what we need to do? We need to ask Do Better Podcast. We need to ask Theo Coop to make a movie night of The Notebook. And then we need to all watch it on Discord with the Do Better Podcast. That's what we need to do. We need to force all the men in the chat to watch The Notebook. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to email him tonight. He wasn't a simp. Don't say that. Oh my God. Don't say that. Okay, whatever, y'all. Whatever. Tehillinism, we need to get you together. You need to see that movie, okay? Girl, what are you doing? What are you doing? What? Homie, you either. What? You haven't seen it or you not watching it? You watching it. You watching it. Now, I'm not going to hold your eyelids open like this. I'm going to hold you in the headlock. I'm going to be like, you watching this, boy. What is wrong with y'all? Get it together. What the hell? Yes, I am. I am going to tell Theo. I am going to tell him. I'm going to email him and I'm going to say, Project Leroy, homie, 30K, Cases, all of them want to watch The Notebook on a Saturday. Ain't no brothers unite. Ain't no brothers unite. No. Y'all are not forming Voltron on me against The Notebook. Okay? Yeah, he said access denied. No. Anyway, let me focus on this because I gotta cook. Y'all gonna get me in trouble. I'm gonna be on here crying like Krishan Rock, okay? All right. So this dude, this live streamer, Chud, this guy right here, this little weirdo with the mustache, okay? Allegedly, he likes Backdooria. Allegedly, okay? Yes, Notebook live stream movie night. Yay! Yeah. Hola, Yano, you want to see it? Okay, I'm marking you down. I'm going to put you on the list, okay? You're on the VIP list, all right? We're going to watch it together. Okay. All right. What you saying, Classy? This anal city final got his real snap kicked in. Okay, well, let me see. Okay, let's read it. Okay, live streamer known for posting racist content is in custody after confrontation leads to shooting outside a courthouse, DA says. Oh my God. Okay, so somebody pow-powed at him? You know what? I'm gonna ask Theo to teach me how to do it. And if you're not there, Project Leroy, I'm gonna be very sad. If you 30K and homie and cases are not there on the night I play, I'm gonna be very sad. I'm gonna feel very unsupported. Okay? Very unsupported. I'm taking wrenches away. I'm taking wrenches away. That's the only power I have, is to take your fucking wrench away. Machine. Okay. Anyway, all right, y'all. Okay. All right. So y'all hurt my feelings. Latanya, will you tell Tehillinism she needs to see the notebook? Y'all stop playing around. Anyway, a live streamer known for posting controversial videos using racial slurs is in custody after getting into a confrontation with a man that resulted in shots being fired in front of a Tennessee courthouse Wednesday, authorities said. The shooting happened, this is today. The shooting happened as Dalton Etherly, who goes by Chud the Builder online, and the man were outside the Montgomery County Courthouse in Clarksville, the Tennessee District Attorney General's office said. Both men were shot and taken to nearby hospitals where they remain in stable condition, according to the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office. It's unclear how the shooting unfolded or what led up to it. The DA's office confirmed Etherly is a suspect, but it's unclear what charges he could face. The DA's office didn't specify who fired shots, saying the matter is under investigation. Etherly live streamed himself speaking to first responders after the incident, saying, "I had to defend myself by shooting him." Okay, we'll see. We'll see. I'm pretty sure you're in front of a courthouse. There's going to be cameras. There's going to be footage leaked. So maybe this is something we can talk about on Friday or Saturday. He recounted walking past a man who, among others, were laughing and pointing at me. After approaching them, Etherly said the unidentified man told him to walk away before coming back to him, saying, "I have PTSD. He said, "You start saying all that chimp." Wait. He said, "You start saying all that chimp out shit to me, and I'm gonna hit you." And he hit me. He started wailing on me, Etherly said in the video. The streamer he has several videos online in which he refers to black people as chimps. Oh, so he was saying to the black guy, "You start saying all that chimp out shit to me and I'm gonna hit you." Whatever, bro. Days earlier on Saturday, Etherly was kicked out of a restaurant and arrested in Nashville over the weekend on charges of theft of services, disorderly conduct, and resisting arrest, according to an affidavit. He was asked by restaurant staff not to live stream or be disruptive inside the establishment, but did so anyway, the affidavit says. Prosecutors in the case described Etherly as a live streamer who filmed content, including racially charged content, on social media, the affidavit says. When restaurant staff told him to stop live streaming, Etherly became disruptive and started making racial statements, yelling, screaming, and causing a scene, the affidavit said. Etherly then allegedly stated, "I'm not paying if you are kicking me out," and he refused to pay for his meal, costing $371.55, the affidavit said. A few hours after the incident, officers found Etherly walking on the street. When they told him he was under arrest, he tried to place him in handcuffs. He pulled his arm away, the affidavit said. He was then arrested without further incident, it said. Etherly was later granted release on $5,000 bond, according to judge's order. The other videos Etherly posted on social media outline a history of using racial slurs and at least one instance of using force against a black person. Etherly could be seen spraying what appears to be a chemical agent at a black man and repeatedly calling him the the N-word after the man knocked the hat off of his head, according to the video he posted to X last week. Etherly's conduct has been met with criticism, including the right-wing personalities like Nick Fuentes, a well-known white nationalist, supremacist, and Holocaust denier. Okay. Okay. On Fuentes' podcast, he was asked a question about Etherly, to which he responded that he doesn't like that approach of antagonizing people in public. I think it's wrong. It's unethical. This is a developing story and will be updated. So you mean to tell me that Nick fucking Fuentes doesn't even agree with Chud the Builder? I mean, it's a new day in America where Nick Fuentes is saying, I don't like that approach of antagonizing people in public. I think it's wrong. It's unethical. Wow. Wow. Oh my God. Like, what are we doing here? So shout out to y'all. Shout out to the chat for one, enlightening me on the Tiffany Haddish. Did not know that she married herself. Okay. Did not know that. Waste of time, just a waste of time. To me, it don't seem like she has real friends in her life, because why would your friends let you do that? You know, it's not gonna fix you, girl. Like, you're married to yourself with a whole roster, so now you're cheating on yourself, right? So you're doing the same shenanigans you were doing before you married yourself. Just a waste of time. Okay, do better, Tiffany. So shout out to Square Biz for lining that up for us today, because it was perfect to go with Joy and Taraji P. Henson's madness. Okay. And then shout out to the chat again for y'all telling me about Chud the Builder getting pow today. I mean, and then we find out that Nick Fuentes doesn't even freaking condone his behavior. I mean, wow. You know, a half a kudo to Nick Fuentes for that. Okay. We don't need to encourage any more white boys or white men to go around calling people the N-word, because you're looking for trouble and you found it today. Somebody pow-powed you. I mean, he's a danger to himself and to the society. If I were, the Tennessee governor, if I was the any kind of person in legislation, if I was a college professor, if I was the college president of, Vanderbilt or any of those schools out there, I would be petitioning to all of my local state people to get him out the paint, because he's bad for business. There are plenty of kids graduating high school this year. Do you think that having somebody like Chud the Builder is good for business? Is good to have your kids be in a city where he's roaming around, calling them the N-word, putting them in a shootout crossfire? That's dangerous. So I would be rethinking sending my children to Tennessee to do anything right now with his ass just walking around on a $5,000 bail. He needs to be locked up. I mean, he even said today that his baby's mama wants to change his son's name from Etherly back to her maiden name, because her son is not safe because of all of the wild, ludicrous things he's doing out in the community. So, I mean, if the baby mama can hold him accountable, the governor should be able to hold him accountable too. So, what's up, Anna? It's good to see you. Hey, girly. I'm back on my regular scheduled program. A little earlier, though. I'm trying to keep an earlier schedule so I can get dinner done, get the kid to bed, get everybody to bed. But it's good to see you. It's good to see you. Okay. Well, that was my show tonight, guys. I appreciate all of the love, the super chats. CEO, the Genius CEO, thank you so much. 30K, thank you so much. Square Biz, thank you so much. Christopher, thank you so much. Square Biz gave 5 memberships. I hope that you all said thank you. Yeah, and Square Biz again for telling us about Tiffany Haddish. That was wild. And then my Cash App. Thank you so much for my Cash App. I appreciate that. Yes, lock his ass up and throw away the key. I agree. That's just egregious. I'm all for free speech, but not all speech is free. It just isn't. You are not allowed to incite a riot. And using words like the N-word and calling people monkeys and things like that could very well put a lot of people in danger. You know, he just got into a shootout in front of the courthouse. Think about how many people were walking in and out. Think about, you know, innocent bystanders. They could have gotten hurt by that. So he's a danger to society. He needs to be stopped. It's okay, Randy, that you missed. It's okay. You can rewind it. Watch it on your lunch break or something. I think we had some good laughs. 30K, Project Leroy, Cases and Cams, Machines. They all petitioned that they want to see the Notebook. So I'm going to ask Theodore Coop. I'm going to ask Theo Coop to teach me how to do a live stream of the movie, The Notebook, so that you can watch The Notebook with us. Okay. They can't wait. Machine cannot wait to see The Notebook. Okay. Who else can't wait to see The Notebook? Project Leroy can't wait to see The Notebook. Cases and Cams can't wait to see The Notebook. He said access denied. No, your access is not denied. Y'all asses better be here to see The Notebook, okay? Or I'm taking wrenches away, and I mean that, okay? From the bottom of my little bitty pink heart, okay? But anyway, I love y'all. I can't, no. Look at them talking about the lie is crazy. No. Ryan, that's what they said. They said they wanted to see The Notebook with me, and they will not rest until they do so. Anyway, I love y'all. I will be back hopefully Friday afternoon if you guys want, or Saturday, depending on what's going on, either Friday or Saturday. I promise to do another live stream so we can have some fun, possibly watch The Notebook, okay, and be a family, be a Smell the Roses family, okay, because that's what families do. We watch movies that we don't want to watch. Like I had to watch New Jack City. I had to watch 48 Hours. That movie, my husband made me watch this movie, 48 Hours, with like Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte. Oh my God. That was a whack ass movie, but I watched it because that's what your loved ones do with you. Okay. But I love y'all. It was cool hanging out with y'all tonight. I will see y'all soon. Check out for videos. Like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't liked the video before you leave, please like the video. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I'm almost to 4K, okay? 4K by Memorial Day or 4th of July. 30K, I don't want to hear it. New Jack City. You like New Jack City? How could you like that? That movie was cold-blooded. 48 Hours was not dope. That was not dope. That movie was dry as hell. Okay? It was dry as hell. All them ladies had their tops off. I see why you liked it, Machine. I see why you liked it. No, y'all. Hit the like button. Yes, thank you, Anna. Hit the like button. I love y'all so much. Y'all have a good night. Bye-bye.